Welcome to the Historypedia channel. My name is Peter and today I'm going to tell you about an ancient world history. Origins. The Thracians are believed to have descended from the Proto-Indo-European migrations that occurred in the Bronze Age. They shared linguistic and cultural similarities with other Indo-European groups in Europe. Society and culture. Thracian society was composed of various tribes and kingdoms, each with its own ruling class. They were known for their warrior culture, and their nobility often engaged in horseback riding, hunting, and warfare. Thracians were skilled in metallurgy, producing intricate gold and silver jewelry. They also had a strong tradition of craftsmanship in pottery and artistic expression. Religion. The Thracians had a complex and polytheistic religious belief system. They worshipped a wide array of deities, many of which were nature-based or associated with specific activities such as hunting, fertility, or war. The most famous Thracian deity was the horseman god known as the Thracian rider or the Thracian horseman. Orpheus and Dionysus. The Thracians played a significant role in the development of Greek mythology and religion. The mythical figure of Orpheus, a poet and musician who descended into the underworld to retrieve his wife, was said to be of Thracian origin. The cult of Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and revelry, also had strong connections to Thrace. Conflict with Persia and Greece. The Thracians were frequently involved in conflicts with neighboring powers, particularly the Persian Empire and the ancient Greek city-states. They resisted Persian invasions under King Thrace and later fought against the Greek city-states during the Persian Wars and the campaigns of Alexander the Great. The Thracians were involved in various conflicts and interactions with neighboring powers, including ancient Greece, Macedonia, and Persia. Here are some notable instances. Greek-Thracian interactions. The Thracians had a long history of contact and conflict with the Greek city-states, particularly those in northern Greece. The Greek colonies along the Black Sea coast often clashed with Thracian tribes over territory and resources. The most famous conflict between the Thracians and Greeks was during the Persian Wars, when the Thracian tribes, led by King Thrace, allied with the Persian Empire against the Greek city-states. However, after the Persian defeat, the Thracians' relationship with the Greek city-states remained complex, involving both cooperation and conflict. Thracians and Macedon. The Thracians had frequent interactions with the ancient kingdom of Macedon, located in the northern region of Greece. Both Thracians and Macedonians engaged in territorial disputes and clashes over control of resources. The Thracians often served as mercenaries in the armies of various Macedonian kings. Philip II of Macedon, the father of Alexander the Great, campaigned extensively in Thrace, securing Macedonian influence in the region. Alexander the Great also encountered resistance from some Thracian tribes during his conquests. Thracians and Persia. The Thracians had notable encounters with the Persian Empire. In the early 5th century BCE, King Thrace of Persia launched a military campaign against Thrace but faced strong resistance from the Thracian tribes. Although the Persian invasion was ultimately unsuccessful, the Thracians maintained sporadic interactions and conflicts with Persia. During the later campaigns of Alexander the Great, some Thracian tribes sided with the Persian forces against the Macedonians. It's worth mentioning that the relationships between the Thracians and these powers were complex and varied. At times, they formed alliances, exchanged diplomatic envoys, and engaged in trade. In other instances, they clashed over territorial disputes and vied for control over strategic regions. The interactions between the Thracians, Greeks, Macedonians, and Persians were influenced by political dynamics, economic interests, and the ever-changing balance of power in the ancient world. The Thracians also had significant interactions and conflicts with the Roman Empire. Here are some key events and wars involving the Thracians and the Romans: Roman conquest of Thrace, the Roman Republic, and later the Roman Empire, sought to expand their territories and exert control over the region of Thrace. The first major Roman campaign in Thrace took place in 72–71 BCE, led by Marcus Terentius Varro Lucullus. The Romans achieved some success, but the campaign was inconclusive. Burebistus rebellion. In the 1st century BCE, a Thracian king named Burebista emerged as a powerful leader who united several Thracian tribes. Burebista posed a threat to Roman interests in the region, and a conflict ensued. However, the exact details and outcome of this conflict are not well documented. Roman-Getan Wars. The Getae, a Thracian tribe inhabiting parts of modern-day Romania and Bulgaria, came into conflict with the Roman Empire during the 1st and 2nd centuries CE. The Roman Emperor Trajan launched several campaigns against the Getae, culminating in the Dacian Wars, which resulted in the Roman annexation of Dacia. The Getae had cultural and linguistic affinities with the Thracians. Roman occupation and resistance. Following the Roman conquest of Dacia, Thrace came under Roman control as well. The Romans established the province of Thracia, which encompassed much of Thrace. While some Thracians accepted Roman rule and assimilated into the Roman culture and administration, there were also instances of resistance and uprisings against Roman occupation. Several rebellions occurred during the Roman period, such as the revolt of the Thracian gladiator Spartacus in 73–71 BCE, which had Thracian participants. Gothic invasions. In the 3rd century CE, the Goths, a Germanic people, launched invasions into the Roman Empire, including Thrace. The Goths, who had contacts and alliances with some Thracian tribes, caused significant disruption and posed a challenge to Roman authority in the region. The Thracian conflicts with the Romans were characterized by a mix of resistance, assimilation, and diplomacy. Over time, the Thracians became increasingly integrated into the Roman Empire, adopting Roman customs, language, and administration. By the 4th century CE, Thrace had become an integral part of the Roman Byzantine Empire. It's important to note that our understanding of the ancient Thracians is limited, as much of their history and culture is derived from Greek and Roman sources, which may have been biased or incomplete. Archaeological discoveries in recent years have shed more light on their civilization, but many aspects of their society and traditions remain a subject of ongoing research and interpretation. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned.